The purpose of this video is to show you the culture behind the mastermind and the community. Let me share my screen so we can get this party started. We are the Project Alpha believe that the more money we make you, the more we're going to end up getting paid. So we want to make sure that we're not just giving you some sort of template, some sort of course. I mean, yes, we do have all the trainings that you possibly need, A to Z, go high level, and ads and scaling up and optimizing and lead quality management. But that's one thing to watch those videos that can kind of be more so general is another thing to be able to have a consultant specifically audit your business and tell you exactly what you need to do in order to get past those hurdles and scale up to the next level. Top purpose of this mastermind is to be able to get the education on how to really scale up your specific offer. And then you take that information and you build out or you have your team start managing the ads. What I love about this is that because we make sure that's not a cookie cutter approach, this system actually works by multiplying what's already working. A lot of times people come into these masterminds and they're like, hey, Blad, how to become profitable? The first thing that I would ask you is going to be what's already working. If you're already getting referrals from real estate agents, it might not make sense to go directly B to C, as in targeting more credit per customers. It might make more sense to run an ad to bring in more partners, and those partners are going to be real estate agents that are going to refer you over more clients because you're already used to those referrals. What I'm saying is that we don't want to make sure we're making sure that we're not using a cookie cutter approach because we want to be responsible for the result. My whole goal with this mastermind is to get you profitable and scaling up with paid ad so that you can later then join our agency because that's honestly where we make a brunt of our money based upon percent of ad spend. But to understand, the more money we make you, the more end up getting paid. We get down into the nitty gritty of stuff. For example, let me scrub through here in one of our last calls over here. As you can see, April 9th over here. Let me kind of scrub through here. Oh, wait, okay. Over here, one of our clients was asking us, hey, Blade, I had an ad out here. One of our students was asking us, I have an ad over here. And because I had an ad for a week or two, the cost per lead suddenly started to spike, started to rise to the point where it's not profitable. And I explained to the person that, hey, you're experiencing what's called ad fatigue over here, or your spam rate is increasing because people are seeing the ad multiple different times. And we were breaking down to him how he needs to actually refresh the ad. If I scroll down here a little bit, you can kind of see me demonstrating how we refresh the ad with it being the same copy that's already proven, but just different creatives using the same angle, but just a different color palette looking a little bit different so that people just don't scroll through the feed multiple different times, see your same ad, dislike it, mark it as spam, or quickly scroll through, increasing that spam rate, increasing your cost per lead. That's what I went over here. Let me kind of keep on. This is Malachi over here. Here we're talking about how we manage lead quality. Yes, there's one thing to just throw out ad out there. Like honestly, most agencies they put you on an ad campaign, they pray that it wins the lottery, and then they worry about getting the next client. We turn every one of your campaigns into a mathematical equation that exactly pinpoints what's holding back the campaign, so you know actually how to scale. Very, very simply, let's say you have three ads, A, B, and C. Ad A is actually bringing you in deals where B and C not bringing you deals. So it just makes sense. Just knock out B and C, create more variations of what's already working. But if you're not tracking those things, you're not tracking your numbers, you can't possibly know where to allocate your budget to what's already working. And then, of course, too, this lead quality management also encompasses like your entire business, all the way from ads to how your sales system is performing, show up rates. So it really quantifies into a mathematical equation what is holding back that campaign so you can specifically know what you need to work on to get to the next level. And that we were explaining how to manage your lead quality during this mastermind call because that person asked me a question. What are we talking about over here? Okay, over here, we were talking about what ads work and what doesn't work. So in this example over here, we were explaining how most people put out generic credit per ads, and what ends up happening is it fills their pipeline full of just broke leads that are either asking for free information or not really motivated to move forward. And what ends up happening is you're tracking all these type of people over here. I just so happen to look at Credit Karma, their credit is shit, but they don't really move forward because they don't have that intent. They're not actively in pain. And we're explaining to this client over here, rather than running a generic ad, and it's these guys honestly is just price competing and speed to lead, focus more so on running an ad that targets people that recently got denied for their dream home that want to fix their credit, or targeting people that want to fix their credit to help them get approved for funding. Because those people will be willing to spend more money, will be a way better client, and they'll move forward a lot faster. What he was currently doing right now is just being too generic with it, too general with it. And because credit repair, I don't want to say it's saturated, but a lot of people are running ads for credit repair. You get mixed up with everybody else. And that's not what you want to do. You want to make sure you're only attracting people that have the budget and have the intent to move forward with your services. Otherwise, again, you're filling up your pipeline, which is broke people asking a whole bunch of questions, asking for free shit. And those people really only convert when they see the right price or when they feel ready. That's not how to predictably scale. Let's keep on going over here. What else are we talking about in the mastermind? Okay, in here exactly, we're showing the exact ads that are working. So we just showed, hey, this is what you don't do. This is what you should do. And through our agency clients, we show, hey, these are the ads our current agency clients are running that are actually scaling. And as you can see over here, the difference between the ad I was showing that was generic, it was just a plain old ad. Over here, now it's a lot more luxurious. Aston Martin, Cybertruck, modern $1 million house over here, attracting more wealthier type of people to get approved for their dream homes. Let's keep it going. And if you have any questions on this, guys, the mastermind's where it's at. Over here, we're talking more so about not necessarily credit repair, but specifically funding ads. The funding ads that are performing for our current agency and our clients. Again, completely showing exactly what is working right now. This is the shortcut. Let's keep on scrolling through here. Me looking all handsome over there. This guy asked me to run through how to actually launch an ad over here. Oh, with the lead form. So from A to Z, how to show, we're showing you how to launch an ad. Over here, making sure that we have what's called conditional logic to ensure that you're not wasting time on these sales calls with people only to find out they're broke or they're never gonna move forward anyway. Because there's really two things you want to filter out here. First, a budget, second thing is intent. Let's say this person comes in, like, I'm making $1 million, but I don't have that intention. I'm not actively in pain, so I'm not gonna move forward. I'm motivated to move forward. But on the other hand, these people can be completely motivated, actively in pain, but they don't have the budget. So over here, we apply conditional logic to make sure we're just, long story short, not wasting time on these actual sales calls with these people over here. And we showed exactly how to set up that conditional logic and tied together with conversion API, CAPI for us geeks, ensuring that we're training the pixel to bring more of the type of people they actually want to work with. Let's keep on going here. What else are we talking? Okay. Malachi over here was acting about campaign structuring. How should I allocate my budgets to optimize the leads? Because what ended up happening is the way that he was structuring his ads, he was experiencing what's called audience overlap. In which case, the same audience, well, yeah. What this is that you have an ad or multiple different ads going within the same audience, and it's just spreading your money out too thin. So you're kind of paying twice for the same amount. As in you have two, well, in this example over here, Malachi had like two ads or two ad sets so the targeting happens on the ad set. So we have targeting one, targeting two, audience one, audience two. In which case it was the same ad in each ad set. So what ends up happening, he was kind of paying double. So you made sure that he understood the campaign structuring, so he's not paying extra lead cost if you don't have to. A little bit more information about campaign structuring and budget allocation. Okay, in this example over here, I forgot who this was, but he popped up one of his actual ads he's running today. And we broke down exactly why he's experiencing this low lead quality. And we broke down exactly how to be able to scale past that. All right. I'm showing in this section here actively what I do in one of my offers. So I have a software business, I have a consulting offer, and then we also have the agency. In this example over here, we're showing a hybrid approach of how we attract coaching and also software clients and mastermind clients. So in real case, this is what we do, so nothing held back is what I'm trying to say. Me explain more questions. What can we see? What do we see over here? Explain the ads, boom, boom, boom. What else? What other questions do we have here? Cool. This person was asking about a couple of questions in terms of GoHighLevel. Hey, Blade, how do I set up? What is this one over here? Oh, conversion API. So in which case there's a new lead or a schedule or a purchase, making sure we're sending back good pixel data. We're sending back good data back to the pixel to make sure we train it to bring more of the type of people that you want to work with. Ever since Andromeda when it came out, it's really been dependent on two major things: sending back good pixel data and making sure that you understand that the AS scans the ad and sends out to those it resonates with. That's why interest-based targeting, behavior-based targeting, that stuff is kind of obsolete now. The way that Facebook's going is going out to, it's being built and set up to mass usage, meaning that there's no such thing as ninja ad strategies anymore. Interest-based targeting doesn't matter anymore. All your targeting is done in the actual creative copy itself. Let's keep on going. So sending back good and pixel data. This is how you set it up, et cetera, et cetera. Someone asking a question over there. Probably some more use case on how to use GoHighLevel. What I'm saying though is on these mastermind calls, what I love about it is because we have people from all income levels, as in people just starting out their credit per business, under 10K a month. And we have people that are actually at 6 figures a month and plus. So if you're just starting out or if you're trying to make your ads more profitable, it's an amazing ecosystem. We have the best ecosystem to grow your credit and funding business because of all levels over here, we're going to make sure you have the next steps to be able to scale past and take your business to the next level so you can properly build the empire that you truly deserve. And then, of course, at the end of every call, at the end of every mastermind, you get exactly the AI recap. You can go into here, you go to Ask Fathom over here. What did Blade say about how to increase my show up rates? What did Blade say how to increase my lead quality score? The entire purpose of this, again, is to be able to make sure your GoHighLevel, your sales system is completely automated so you can just focus on pushing more traffic to it. The second purpose of our offer over here is to make sure through the mastermind you have education so that you know how to make your system convert, how you can make it profitable, so how you have a game plan to be able to actually scale that up. And then all this information that you take from these mastermind calls, take it and throw it over to your GoHighLevel infrastructure partner. That's us. We completely manage GoHighLevel A through Z, ATP, funnel building, workflows, automation, AI, all that stuff. We make sure we completely handle that. So on these mastermind calls, you're going to hop onto here and I'm going to be like, hey, this is your game plan in order to be able to scale up your business. Maybe one of your pain points is that like, yo, my show up rates suck. It's below 60%. Well, let's do a full audit on your thank you page. Let's do a full audit on your retargeting and hammer strategy. Let's do a full audit on the workflows that you're sending out to the people. And then we're going to make sure you have a game plan to be able to scale past that. And our GoHighLevel management offer builds all that stuff out for you. So that the entire purpose of this is that you're focusing just on making more money. And then you're going to get and through doing that, through these mastermind calls, you're going to launch your first couple of ads. You're going to start getting profitable. And then when you feel confident in your ads, once you kind of get at least to $100, $200 a day, then it makes financial sense for us to transition you to more into our agency. And that's where we actually make the money based upon percent of ad spend over here. So this is an affordable solution meant for all credit and funding business owners to make sure that the GoHighLevel is actually automated and set up so you focus just on making more money. We handle all that infrastructure for you. I mean, yes, we're ready to have snapshots. We've been doing this for 8 years. We generated over $42 million for our clients. Again, we generated over $42 million of our clients. So we know exactly what a sales system needs. A lot of the fixes and optimizations happens after the click in terms of just GoHighLevel in general. So we're going to make sure that's fully set up. We're going to make sure that's fully automated. So you're just focusing on just pushing more traffic and making more sales. And then through the mastermind, you get the education to be able to teach you exactly how to scale up your business specifically for yours, because we can't really use a cookie cutter approach in there. With the whole goal of this being that we scale up your ad campaign enough so you feel a little bit more confident. And then again, once you're profitable with paid ads, once you're scaling up, then we transition you into your agency so that we can then take you to the next level. And again, guys, we try to be the all-in-one ecosystem. So if you need commission-based closers, if you need VAs, if you need people to help you with the disputing process, if you need high-risk merchant accounts, if you need a trade line plug, whatever. What I'm saying is that we are the all-in-one ecosystem overall to grow your business. And with over 400 users on our community, there is a place to network. There is people that you can talk to actively to ask for advice. There is people on this Discord that wholesale trade lines. What I'm saying is that join this ecosystem. We want to scale your business because there's nobody more dedicated than me and my team to be able to scale it up because it's only in our best interest. The more money we make you, the more we get paid. I love that saying. And I feel like that's how all business should really be. But yes, if you have any other questions over here, please don't hesitate. Words. Please don't hesitate to let me know. It's only in my best interest. Again, this is just a little bit in terms of the actual culture behind the mastermind. Yes, I do get corny. I try to make jokes every now and then because, business should be fun. Thank you guys for watching. Any questions, don't hesitate. I'm excited to see you in the mastermind. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.